The way the filmmakers did this, it was really, really cool. I think that the cinematography was just absolutely gorgeous. It was really beautiful. The pacing of this, it was so fast that sometimes I had a little bit of trouble keeping up, but the story was interesting. And I liked the way that the filmmakers told it. I thought that it was really, really well told. I liked the hologram special effect as well as kind of the news display special effect. Really well done. All of the actors seemed very organic, very real. I liked that the voiceovers were fast paced, but the acting was like right on point. Filming locations, wow, gorgeous, just absolutely stunning. And I think that the music was a great addition to this too. It definitely added this kind of this melancholy vibe to it that I thought was really well chosen.
Island for Rent, the title presents such an interesting concept because it does feel like the authority on this place or within this country is granted to the highest bidder. Character that we follow throughout this has very interesting quirks, like the eye drops, for example. It made me wonder, like, what was behind all that. This the leader of Sardinia. She maneuvers and deals and works to keep power and order. And we're following sort of a day in the life for her. Um, what I appreciate about this was that we get a lot of our exposition from the media. So when it cuts to these clips of the reporter, it's giving us like a bigger picture and the exposition, so we have an understanding of where we are in time. Also, framing it within this political race creates a sense of urgency. Who's going to have the power? Is she still going to have the power? And it really feeds into this overarching theme for power hungriness, and it also influenced the way she's maneuvering from all these secret meetings and secret calls to exercising her authority, um, until she got the ultimate power. Even the ending line was really telling, I will forgive you. Um, and I thought it was really cool how they managed to bring characters in and out with the use of uh, sort of this video call with holographic call. Was very, like, the tech was very believable. But yeah, overall, I just thought it was a really interesting film.
Everything about this film is great cinematic quality. The story of an island where they can do illegal activities is right from the headlines, because we know what happened with like Jeffrey Epstein and stuff, and the idea that it's still going on in the future, of course, is very reasonable since we've seen it. It's also really well done graphics in this. The computer graphics are amazing. The holograms look so realistic. And the fact that this woman is also dealing with health issues, it's all there. It's really a great film. It felt very cinematic. It didn't feel like it should. It felt like it didn't really feel like you were watching it for as long as you did, because it went really quickly. It's a great story. It's very well developed, and it feels like something that these filmmakers should explore more about what's going on, about each person who can go to this island, and the stories behind each of them, because it really could be turned into an entire series.
Island for Rent provides this layered concept of this idealism of freedom and the freedom to do whatever you may want. Here we have this incident that has occurred, this world that has taken development in place. They do a really good job in the first few minutes of the film, sort of building this world and the rules of the world together here. You have the Sardinia land that has been taken to be rented out for anything goes. There are no rules for when these people visit, and in return, the people of Sardinia will get $100,000 payout. So, in a sense, it kind of gives this notion, this idealism of coming with instances with reparations for a culture after something has been done wrong to them. We've seen this incident occur throughout history a couple of times in the past. It's a piece of conversation that's happened within like Black Lives Matter movement. And so it doesn't surprise me that this concept has sort of fallen into play here within the short film of how this all works. But also, essentially, it's pointing out the main points of what builds financial success sometimes, which is not really necessarily doing everything legally. And so we've provided this island, so to speak, to allow this anything goes concept in order for a bunch of people, not only these high paying corporations, but this community and this group of people, essentially to make money off of this journey. But the thing is, everything comes at a price. And are you willing to pay that price in order to have your freedom? Are you willing to sacrifice and have this sense of pride and greed and let people live in those things in order for you to get maybe just a little bit of financial gain? Now, for this main character, as we can see, this person had a lot of success building into this moment that we find them in. But I think this film does a really good job of starting with this notion and ending with this notion of this concept. I just kept thinking about reparations the entire time that this film was playing.
Island for Rent was just a beautiful film from the opening scene of the older woman sort of breaking the fourth wall and talking directly towards the camera. I loved how this created a thrilling and suspenseful dynamic with the story and the character and sets the tone for the rest of the film. Camera shot choices were brilliant. The close up shots felt very cinematic and powerful, and it really creates this magnificent feeling with the viewers. So well done.